Okay, so hello again. It has been quite a while since the last video. I want to say maybe a year and a half, 2 years at this point. Um, and I sincerely apologize for that. For those of you who have seen all of the videos I posted before and we're starting to track the journey and have since just forgotten because you think I forgot. And it wasn't that. And I feel like I owe an explanation, kind of. Um, but if you have it, multiple sclerosis, or if you care for someone who has it or have a loved one who has it, you understand that, especially in the beginning, there's a discovery process. There is a time period where you go, okay, I have it. What do I need to do? And then you go through this process of denial. And then you go through a process of, I don't know, reconfiguring your life to figure out what is going on. And I guess in the year and a half or so that I've been gone, I've been doing that. I've just kind of been taking time to figure out what my new normal is. Not that there's any kind of normal at all. Once your MS kind of becomes a full-blown part of your life, there is no normal. No day is ever the same twice. And I'll get into that with more videos that I post, and I think I'm going to do them weekly. That way I have things to talk about when I do these videos, unless comments and requests dictate otherwise. But what has happened in the past year and a half or two? A lot has happened. I finally got stable. Since I was in the hospital, I don't know what I covered in the last video. I probably should have watched that before I did this. I was on Avonex initially. That was the first course of treatment I was put on as soon as I got diagnosed, and now I'm on Tecfidera. Fantastic for me. Different for everyone. So, don't think that because your treatment's not super great that you need to switch to something else because it worked really great for me. It is really different for everyone. As I've seen through the Facebook support groups and things like that, gabapentin will work for one person, doesn't do anything for me. Baclofen will work for me, does nothing for the next guy. So it really is different. You really have to find what works for you. But Tecfidera has really been fantastic for me. It's got me to a point where I was starting to feel like my old self again. I mean, I really was. So much so to the point where I slumped into a very serious denial and didn't notice. I got very lazy with my treatment, being consistent and taking it twice a day like I'm supposed to. That was very short-lived, and I'll get into that probably in another video. I was getting lazy with checkups and doctor's appointments and physical therapy and, whatever else is required in order for us to, my diet. I just kind of started living the life that I lived before I got diagnosed with MS without any modifications that clearly needs to happen because I do have MS. I'll be honest with you, so if any of you are in the middle of that and don't realize it, or you see a loved one doing this, let them know. It won't last long. It does not last long because a flare will happen. And it will remind you that you need to find your new normal and accept the fact that you have a new normal, and that these things are required for you to continue to feel as great as you do. Again, it's different for everyone. So my story is not anything that I'm expecting people to follow verbatim, but I'm just sharing because I feel like for me, hearing different stories from other people, it helped me to figure out and find out what worked for me. With that having been said, I don't know where to start with this. I just kind of wanted to give a brief overview and say I'm back and this is what's going to be happening. I know I had a lot of questions about my AFO and how I was able to get it really cool patterns and how I use that. I'll put it back in another video and I'll remind people what it looks like if you don't want to go back and see the old videos. I will also get into diet and activity and dealing with MS and work and fatigue and I mean everything. Let's see, I'm getting on 6 minutes here. I don't know how long I want these videos to be on average. Some of them are going to be longer than others. But I do want to talk about one thing that I find is really important to me, that I feel like it could be a nice thing to hear about. So if I'm going to come back with anything, it's going to be something good. So just so you know, that's going to be the new thing for me. I've started seeking out a positive in everything that sucks. Because let's face it, with multiple sclerosis, a lot of things suck now. They really do. I mean, I'll admit it. It sucks. That's my new reality. But for every single time it sucks, there's something really great. So as I digress, I've managed to figure out a fun way, a great way that works for me to enjoy vacation. So it's summertime. Everyone goes on vacation in summertime and they do this, summer vacation thing. You go to the beach, you go to an island, you do this, you do that. MS is like, no, it's hot. It sucks. I'm going to give you muscle cramps and spasms and make you feel miserable and make you hate vacation, and then everyone around you will hate vacation because you're in a crappy mood. So this is what I realized works for me. Have you guys ever thought about going on vacation in the spring and the fall? I never thought about it before. Wasn't something that occurred to me. I'm a huge Disney fan. I mean, gigantic Disney fan. Well, I found that Disney in March, even May, if you want to go when it's a little bit warmer out and do like the pool and stuff like that, even though it was really nice in March, and also October, November, fantastic times of the year to go on vacation. Not a lot of people, not super crowded. Provided Disney in October, you get all that Halloween stuff going on, so it could, I'm sure, get a little bit crowded. I haven't done it yet. Hopefully this year or next year. But it's cooler, and you can still do everything that you wanted to do, but it's not as hot. It's not as hot as June, July, and August. So with that having been said, I went to Disney recently, and it was fantastic. Went right before spring break time in early March, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Provided I was literally in the middle of a flare. I had just done 3 days of a steroid treatment through the IV about a week or two before leaving, and this trip had been planned since the year before. I thought I was going to feel absolutely crummy, and I did. I was super worried, but it was great. It was great to go out and not be stuck in the house and not be sitting on my couch in front of my TV, and provided I had to take a lot of breaks. But you plan for that. They have these things like fast passes, and they have a lot of shows and a lot of things indoors, and it was a lot cooler. So it was easy to just find a place to sit down for a minute, get a snack, and just enjoy what was going on around me, or go catch a show, or, there were ways to figure out how to enjoy what I loved a lot before and thought that I would never really be able to do again, and still enjoy it. It was really great. So, I'm sure there will be a lot of questions, and I kind of skipped over everything. And like I said, this is just kind of my hey, I'm back video. But I really wanted to highlight that because it is July and summer is starting to go by, and people feel bad because they want to plan family vacations and they have children and things like that. But I'm telling you, school has, little breaks here and there. Take advantage of them. Around Thanksgiving, do a couple days and go do something that you really used to love to do when it's just a little bit cooler there. Spring break, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, Thanksgiving, I don't know. But where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm hoping that finding some positivity and sharing my positive outlook and what's starting to work for me and what I figured out in 2 years, going from super depressed and hating everything and being in, extreme denial, to now accepting my new reality and moving forward and realizing that I can live with this and still be a happy, relatively healthy young adult who is still going to enjoy life. Then if I can share this with you guys and hopefully just inspire someone else that, you know what, I'm not going to let it be that bad for me anymore, then I feel like I've done my job. Or I've done whatever lessons have been taught to me, I'm sharing them with the world. So if this raises any questions or thoughts or what have you for anyone, please leave them in the comments below. I will address them in the next video. I'm really excited to get this going. I was going to start like a regular blog, but typing and journal writing and all that stuff, I'm not that great at that, but clearly I can talk forever. So I'm going to try and give this another shot, see how well this works out. And I'm really excited and eager to be back. So I wish you guys a wonderful week. It is Monday, and a great weekend. And depending on how comments and stuff look, I might leave another video. Sorry that was short and kind of all over the place, but I'm just really excited to be back. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.